One Piece Chapter 1073 continues the trend of Egghead consistently putting out amazing cover stories and amazing chapters. So grab your Wado Ichimonji because we're talking a ton about Zoro today, because Zoro and S-Hawk finally clash. But before I can fanboy over the Zoro S-Hawk clash, let's talk about the cover story. So the cover story is basically just Vegapunk winning the One Piece world's equivalent of the Nobel Prize. He invents a flower that grows in gunpowder, so when tanks shoot missiles, they actually just shoot flowers. And he's given an award for that. And you see the other mad scientists, being Caesar, Judge, and Queen, our favorite trio, go ahead and be like, oh, what? Why? Like, they are horrified at this very peaceful invention that Vegapunk has made, because they like war. They like profiteering. So after Susie knocks out Kaku and Lucci, she gets on the phone with Vegapunk, is like, Vegapunk, we have a problem. Meanwhile, Zoro's confused. He's like, there's a traitor in CP0. What is going on? Who are you? She's like, hey, Vegapunk, I don't have the authorization level to override Lucci. We're the same. I can't stop the Seraphim. He's like, it's all good. We're sending Edison and Lilith. But as Lilith is coming, Brook and Zoro are like, those Seraphim look familiar. Something's off about them, though. I don't know what it is. And Zoro's like, yeah, that one especially. And he's looking at S-Hawk. And as Lilith comes out, S-Hawk locks onto her with like a crosshair, which could be a devil fruit or it could be a robotic upgrade. I don't know if we've seen them do that before, but it kind of reminds me of Injection Shot, or the thing that, what's the Pop guy from Dressrosa? The thing he did that he taught Law. You know, the shooting technique. S-Hawk is zooming towards Lilith, and what happens? Well, Zoro's there. They finally clash, boys. What we've been waiting for. S-Hawk clashing with Zoro. And despite it being epic, I don't know how I feel about it. I almost wanted it to not happen because I want to see Zoro clash with Mihawk properly. Like the actual Mihawk. I don't want him to have a warm-up round, if you will, against a weaker one. Even if it's a clone and it's way less experienced. S-Hawk has received some hype, all the Seraphim have. And I don't know how I feel about the clash. But then Zoro comments, as they're clashing, he doesn't look like he's sweating it either, by the way. He has that normal grin he has, and he does have some lines drawn over his eyes, which may indicate he's putting in more effort than I think he is. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say it looks like he's doing this with relative ease, but that is because I'm a Zoro hype beast. And S-Hawk visibly looks like he's exerting effort. He has clenched teeth, his eyes look intense, like he's ready to go. But Zoro comments that they seem almost human. Even though they're clearly not, you know, they have the green blood flowing through their bodies. Lilith is stunned about something, whether it's that she almost died, or that Zoro is able to contest S-Hawk, because she did underestimate them in the beginning of the arc when she's like, I can take you guys out at any time, and Shaka was like, no, Zoro will kill you. Do not mess with him. Zoro and Robin could have killed you at any time. As they break off the clash, Edison comes in and is like, okay, Seraphim, stop. This is Vegapunk telling you, call off the attack. But S-Shark and S-Bear both launch an attack at him, and there's an explosion. And everybody's like, oh my god, is Edison dead? And then we get my boy Sanji kicking through the air. And he was clearly fast enough to save Edison, because then he stands next to Zoro with Edison in his arms, like he's holding a baby he just saved from a big boy explosion. And then after Sanji saves Edison, they kind of just wrap up the Egghead section of the chapter, which really threw me off. But Zoro's like, hey guys, don't leave me hanging. What are these things? What are these things? Talking about the Seraphim. And Stussy's still on the phone with Vegapunk, and Shaka's like, hey, you guys should come with us, Stussy. We're going with the Straw Hats. And obviously Usopp comments, you're inviting too many people. Stop it. The Sunny. We want our space. And after Usopp's signature complaining, we do get a very important question from our captain, Straw Hat Luffy. He says, hey guys, where's Vegapunk? And you get a card in the corner that says, important event, Vegapunk's disappearance. And this seemed to indicate Bonnie got away with Vegapunk, or something happened to him and he's gone. And then we cut to Sphinx Island. Sphinx Island was full of a few big reveals. Number one, it seems to be close to Wano. Either that or Green Bull is just exceedingly good at moving around, because he's the one who actually goes to Sphinx Island and brings in Weevil. Because it's revealed that Weevil was defending Sphinx Island from Marines who came there to take Whitebeard's treasure. Now, seeing Weevil also confirmed that Miss Buckingham Stussy is his mother, Miss Buckin, or at least so she claims, because the original Miss Buckingham gets a text box revealing that she is a self-proclaimed scientist. She's there telling Marco that he needs to go save Weevil because Weevil was defending his captain's home. And he also needs to turn over Whitebeard's savings because it's rightfully hers as his beloved. Quick note, I actually don't think Whitebeard is his father. Miss Buckingham is insisting on it, but I actually think that Weevil is a failed Whitebeard clone that she's trying to convince people is a legitimate son of Whitebeard. Feature lettuce here, yes, there's almost no basis for this theory, but I do think it would be a neat curveball, and I can see Oda doing it, so I will be making that video. By the way, the Marines attacking Sphinx Island, if not clear enough, was happening while Marco was in Wano, because Marco would never have let that happen. Future lettuce. I actually don't think we've seen Marines this despicable since Arlong Park, so it's really neat to see them, show us another side of the Marines that we don't get to see all that often, because while they are portrayed as the antagonists to the Straw Hat crew, a lot of times they do have good intentions, just extreme forms of justice. They would have been done, and Weevil did a fantastic job of protecting it until Green Bull showed up, so props to him. And to wrap up the chapter, the most important part of Egghead, in my opinion, was revealed. We got the name of a character we've known about for 800 chapters. We got the name of one of the 5 gorosei. Saint J. Garcia Saturn. Oh boy, so he is on the move because he's on the boat with Kizaru. Kizaru asks him, he's like, so, you ever met Dr. Vegapunk? And he's like, only once. But I really don't like where this is going. And he expresses concern. So, a ton of questions. Are the gorosei on the move? Are all of them moving? Or just him? And what's up with their names? Well, I have a video coming on that. It might even be out before this review because I wanted to make it so bad. I made it right before recording this. And it turns out that video did not come out before this chapter review because I was crunched for time and did not get to edit it, but it will be out soon, so look forward to it. To give you guys a taste, the 5 elders may have taken the names of One Piece gods. Man, Oda really is just going off with this final saga, and we're still in the first arc of this final saga. So if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me a comment telling me how much this hat doesn't suit me, or how goofy my appearance is, or how much you like me. Boost my ego a little bit, But with that said, have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Lettuce boys, bye-bye. Oda is cooking. Let him cook, boys. Let him cook.